In today's video, I have yet another market crash prediction for 2022, as well as I want to share some of my personal updates where I'm headed with my business, where I'm heading with my trading in 2023 and beyond. But before we get to all of that, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Travis Wilkerson. I am the 2019 US Investing Champion for the Futures and Options Division, but I go by Trader Travis online. And for the last 10 years, I've been showing and sharing the techniques my wife and I use to achieve financial freedom in about 5 years. And I left corporate America in my early 30s. And so I'm sharing this to hopefully inspire other people to accomplish the same thing. I have nothing against jobs. I think jobs are great, but there's nothing like the sense of freedom you have that you can generate a full time income from the stock market. So I am recording this in November of 2022, and we are now nearly 12 months into a bear market. And I honestly think we have more room to fall. We shall see. My famous quote is trade what I see, not what I think I'm going to see. So, regardless of what I feel, I'm going to allow the stock market to tell me what to do. Recently, I received a comment on one of my YouTube videos, and someone's asking, "What's your favorite strategy?" I was like, "Well, my favorite strategy is whatever the market tells me to use at the time." And so, right now, it's telling me to use bear strategies, right? Even if it looks like it's going up, the stock market is telling me it's still in bear market territory. So that's what I'm using, strategies that make money when the market falls. Now, when the market starts going back up, that's when I'll switch to using different strategies. And so it's kind of an ebb and flow. You kind of dance with the stock market. The stock market is always right. Doesn't care what you think. It doesn't care who you are. Doesn't matter what your opinion is. The stock market is always right. And anytime I've tried to argue with the stock market and trade based on what I thought it would do, it's never worked out. I've always lost money. So before I get to more depths of why I think the stock market is going to fall, I'm going to talk about personal update. We just returned from a trip. Most of it was paid for through stock market profits. Like we took a trip in the middle of a most people can say a recession, bear market. We went to South Africa to have a celebration and life ceremony for someone that was like a surrogate mother to me. She ran an orphanage and did some missions work down there. And so it was a awesome trip. It was sad, but it was great for my kids and my wife to see that country. I had been several years back with Dr. Betty Booye Yates. That was the person we were there to celebrate. She passed away during COVID, sadly. So we were there to celebrate her life, visit the school that her foundation adopted, that my family has contributed a lot of money to over the years. And it's awesome for the kids to see like tangible buildings that were built through giving back money from our trading account and things like that, so they can see the difference it can make, and also to be able to compare, like, look at your cushy life in America, right? Look at the life of the kids here. It's things, of course, now when they start complaining, I before I would bring it up, there's kids in other countries and blah blah. And they're like, yeah, whatever, dad. But now they have a physical memory. I'm like, oh, these are the kids dad's always been talking about. But anyway, I don't want to get too far into that. Personal updates. So that's one of my personal updates. Next one is where I'm going with my business and trading in 2023 and beyond. Well, I started my business, an educational company where, again, I teach people how to trade. One of our most popular programs is something called the Success Academy, and we ran that, and I ran that for about 10 years. And I say we because later towards the end I brought on a co-trainer, Peter now runs it. It's called the Options Wealth Academy, and so I'll put the link below for those who are interested in that, because right now he's offering about a $2,000 discount, and there's only 75 spots left for that discount. And so I'll put the link below for those who are interested. But anyway, that program shows people how it gives an exact blueprint to how I achieve financial freedom in 5 years. It shows you how to take a 10 grand account, grow it to a six-figure account, and with that six-figure account, in best case scenario, you can generate a full-time income. Of course, assuming you have little to no consumer debt. But I started that company. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I started that company back during the bear market of 2007 to 2009. And I just gave away free content. I never wanted to be a guru or a coach. I just gave away free content. And people were asking me, hey, can you coach me? And after saying no for like several years, a couple of emails finally broke my heart. And that's one of the personal updates. I'm spending some time. I transitioned from active coaching. Peter now runs a coaching program. I'm going to spend some time writing books and detailing how I trade. part of our estate plan. So if something happens to me, that my wife and kids have the blueprint to continue to manage our portfolios. And it's because of tragically in the span of 2 years, my stepdad died, my mom died, my brother had a stroke, and frankly, it scared me, right? It made me rethink what I was doing and realize that, what they always say, tomorrow's not promised. We always say that, but it was like, yeah, I saw that in real life. So it had me rethink everything. And I said, I want to document how I went from using the bathroom on a 5 gallon paint bucket as a kid to, achieving financial freedom in my 30s. I want that documented. And so I'm spending time writing books showing people how to do that, as well as creating low cost or free video courses to go along with that. So those are my plans for 2023. I want to go back to how I started my business. I started giving free content, and then I got caught up in the high-end coaching, where people are, paying 3 to 6 grand to learn from me. But now we're at another bear market. So you know what? Maybe it's like a 10-year anniversary. Let me circle back. We're in another bear market. Let me circle back to giving away lots of free content, free or low-cost content to help people grow from zero to 6 figures. And then I'll still work with people who have a 6 figure 7 figure portfolio. That's my specialty now. That's the arena I'm more skilled in now versus growing a smaller account. So that's some of my plans for 2023 and beyond. So now let's go ahead and wrap this up with my market crash prediction and why I feel this. Because this bear market is actually performing sort of like the bear market of 2007, 2009. And a lot of people will think, well, it's a different bear market because there's a different catalyst or a different thing that caused that bear market. And the answer is yes and no. The true cause of it is human emotions, and that hasn't changed in 10, 20, 100 years, right? It was a lot of things during 2007, 2009, but a primary part was real estate, right? But when you really get down to the core of what caused a crash, it's human fear and greed, human emotions, and that has not changed. And so we can look here. I have a 20-year weekly chart pulled up, and I want to show you a few times where the market fell and touched the 200-week moving average, right? And then this is a bear market. It touched it. Let me highlight this now. It touched a 200-week moving average, bounced off of it, and then it fell again. And then when it fell through the 200-week moving average and just fell off of a cliff. That's kind of what I feel is going to happen soon, right? It had been falling for close to a year at that point. It topped out October 2007. Here was March 2008, right? Nearly a year before it touched a 200-week moving average. It went up a bit until about May 2008. So again, nearly a year. And then after that, it just dropped off a cliff. So that's kind of what I feel like is going to happen now. So let me circle back here. And I want to point out something. Every time prices fall and touch your 200-week moving average, look at the volume. You see the volume spikes there? That's generally present in most market crashes. A high volume spike, at the highest volume spike, the market is nearly bottoming it out, which you can see here. The highest volume spike happened here in about October, November 2008, around those months, give or take. And then it bottomed out in March 2009, shortly after that, and went back up. So now we see here in about 2011, we see prices again that have been going up. Then they fell back down and touched a 200-week moving average. What do you see? Another volume spike. You see that same volume spike here, 2016. This one was kind of small. It actually didn't touch the 200-week. It came really close to it. Didn't quite touch it, but still, you see the high volume spike there. 2018, I remember most of these actually. 2018, this crash. Another volume spike. 2020, I try to call it a fake bear market. I always joke, call it a fake bear market because it's only 1 month. That's, to me, it's not really a bear market. That's just a severe correction. But the history books call it a bear market. Whatever. Anywho, you see the same thing. Volume spike. Now, what do you see here? Prices fell, touched the 200-week moving average. Do you see that huge volume spike? No. So that's why I was like, every market crash that I participated in, I'm not like 100 years old, right? I haven't participated in every single one, but every single one I participated in, so this is my bias, I'm like, there's always a huge volume spike where it's just massive fear. People are selling, and that's kind of what you want to see. You want it to settle out, bottom out, and then eventually go back up so we can start making good money again. But I haven't seen that. And I'm like, oh, that leads me to believe that, again, just like here in 2007, 2009, it touched the 200-week moving average, bounced off of it, and then fell off a cliff. It bounced off of it. This is right here, this blue line is the 30-week moving average, right? It touched that, came a little bit above it, and then fell back down. Now, let me fast forward to what's going on right now. Touch a 200-week, and excuse the trend lines I've drawn here. This is for another video I was recording, and I just forgot to delete them. But if you can try your best to just focus on what I'm showing you here, price just touched a 200-week moving average, went up, right, crossed above the 30-week moving average, just like in 2007, 2009. And that's where I think we're going to have one more leg down. Again, that's what I think. The stock market doesn't care what Travis thinks. I trade what I see. That's my prediction. That's what I feel is going to happen. And mainly because we have not seen that massive volume spike and that massive fear and panic selling yet. We've seen some higher volume here, but nothing like usually happens during bear markets. And, what I put in the email to my newsletter subscribers, I'm like, and it's just a weird market environment. Like gold, right? Most people are like, oh, go to gold and hedge against inflation and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you've been sold on that fear mongering for years. What is gold doing? It's gone down, right? Gold, silver, all of it. Crypto is in the toilet. Bonds, right? Short term, long term. It's just nowhere to go to make money, right? Cash. I mean, I heard bank CDs now are paying like 4 or 5%, right? I don't know. You can earn that. I can earn more than that trading the stock market. And personally, I mean, the only money I'm making is with cover calls and the put ladder. I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, well, a lot is relative. It's not what I'm used to, right? So it might be $300 here. I think my last cover call trade was $800. Put ladder, I brought in like 2,300, give or take, right? And so those smaller dollar amounts add up over time. I'll take it. In a market crash where most people are losing money, I'll take whatever money I can get and then be grateful that I have a skill set that allows me to make money when the market is falling. And so that's why I share these videos. I want to inspire people as possible. You don't just have to suffer. There are ways to still prosper in any economic and market environment. So that's all I have for you in this video. For those who celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday, I wish you a happy holiday, and I will next video I'll record, I'll most likely be back at my home studio. So until then, you take care, happy Thanksgiving, and happy trading. Bye-bye.